Tonight, I found some of the craziest glitch in the Matrix TikToks. Welcome back, family. I just want to start by thanking all my channel members for the support. It says around 90% of you guys are not subscribed. Getting closer and closer to 100K, so let's try to hit 100K before the end of the year. Let's go.
Right, do it again. Put your hand on the wall, Put your hand on the wall, yeah. Rub your elbow. Right, put your hand back on the wall. Whoa, shit, there's a big space.
Do it.
Do it.
I swear.
Do it.
This one of them when I've been upstairs and you're like, oh, fucking hell,
It's true. Do it.
I swear.
What are you doing?
Nothing, just do it.
You're not rolling on
Put
this.
your hand on the wall.
I hate you.
No, honestly, we'll do it together.
Put your hand on the wall.
Yeah.
Right, rub your elbow.
Rub your elbow.
Yeah, put your hand on the wall.
And reach.
Well,
I mean, I don't even know how that works, but to me, it's kind of suspicious. If you guys could try it and let me know in the comments if it's actually like a glitch or if it actually works, and I might believe it.
Yo, this lady was caught on camera freezing in the middle of a Los Angeles parking lot. Now, some people might call this a glitch in the Matrix. As you can see, it's not a camera effect because you can see the cars passing in the background. This lady is an NPC, non-playable character. Look at she frozen. She busting a whole crossover. You got people that's gonna check on her. You gonna see people walk by like, what is going on? This lady is frozen for real. They like, what the heck? This lady literally busting a whole crossover, frozen in time. Some of these people are not real, y'all. Or they controlled, or they got the jab, and they could be shut down at any time. And then she starts walking. This is crazy.
That kind of did look like a glitch because you could see that her bag was moving, so that means you know it wasn't a still image. But I wonder why she didn't move. Like, was she faded? Like, you know what I'm saying? Was she high? Like, what's going on?
Insane coincidence in history. Abraham Lincoln was elected to Congress in 1846. John F. Kennedy was elected to Congress in 1946. Abraham Lincoln was elected president in 1860. John F. Kennedy was elected president in 1960. Both were particularly concerned with civil rights. Both wives lost a child while living in the White House. Both presidents were shot on a Friday. Both presidents were shot in the head. Lincoln's secretary was named Kennedy. Kennedy's secretary was named Lincoln. Both were assassinated by Southerners. Both were succeeded by Southerners named Johnson. Andrew Johnson, who succeeded Lincoln, was born in 1808. Lyndon Johnson, who succeeded Kennedy, born in 1908. John Wilkes Booth, who assassinated Lincoln, was born in 1839. Lee Harvey Oswald, who assassinated Kennedy, born in 1939. Both assassins were known by their three names, both names composed of 15 letters. Lincoln was shot at the theater named Ford. Kennedy was shot in a car called Lincoln, made by Ford. Both and Oswald were assassinated before their trials. And here's the kicker: a week before Lincoln was shot, he was in Monroe, Maryland. A week before Kennedy was shot, he was with Marilyn Monroe. And Lincoln was shot in a theater, and the assassin ran to a warehouse. Kennedy was shot from a warehouse, and the assassin ran to a theater.
Like, even down to like the assassination attempted areas. Like, what?
This NPC is frozen in the middle of the road. The Matrix is glitching out, man.
I find it hella weird that in the movie The Matrix, made in 1999, Neo's passport expires on September 11th, 2001. It expires on that date. In the movie The Matrix. You guys remember this episode of The Simpsons that aired well before 9/11, when Bart is showing a bunch of cash in front of the New York magazine 9/11. This is a card game made in 1995. Made in 1995. Terrorist nuke. Pentagon? Whoa. This is how the elites tell you their plans in plain sight, and you guys just accept it. Well, I'm not accepting it. I see through the lies, but the eyes are useless when the mind is blind. Peace and love.
Yo, did that poster say population reduction? Yo, that's crazy. That poster might know way more than we think, because we've heard stuff about Bill Gates and the vaccines and like how he's very interested in population reduction. So that poster might hold way more than we think.
Lots of people are coming out recently reporting that missing objects are being found in places that they couldn't have possibly been. And this is making the news. This is a purely for fun section of the news, but they're saying there's a strange supernatural trend that's happening right now where a lot of people are suddenly finding precious lost objects in places that they had never been before. Like finding a lost ring their dad gave them years later in a random parking lot in a state they've never been to. Discovering photos of their own family in a thrift shop several states away. One woman's grandma gave her ruby earrings as a child, and she lost one of them as a child. She moved from Arizona to Alaska, and when she stepped out of the car in Alaska, she found the missing earring as an adult in Alaska under her foot. Now listen, all of these people could very well be lying. I personally did have ghosts in my house in Japan. I don't care if anyone believes me, I did. And it would steal my jewelry, and then I would find it in random places. There's some jewelry it took that I never found, actually. I would literally place it down, turn around, and it would be gone. Glitch in the Matrix, ghosts, who knows? What do you guys think about this? Follow for more tea.
Humans make this, right? This is a microprocessor. That's a human hair. The width of a human hair. Look how deep this goes. How, as human beings, have we been even able to come close to making something like this? You think, oh, that's amazing. Like, he's gone in quite far there. It just keeps going and going. Look how far this goes. How did we make this? Like, what process did... It blows my mind. It just keeps on going. Look at that. And then the zoom out. And like that was all just right in there. And that's the human hair.
That's gotta be some type of alien technology we found or something, I swear.
Human body parts we still have but don't actually need anymore. Ever tried to wiggle your ears? That's a leftover trick from our animal ancestors. Long before we turned our heads, we could swivel our ears towards sounds like cats and dogs do. Now those tiny muscles are basically useless, a twitching relic of our wild past. Some people can still make the move, but it won't help you hear your notifications any better. That bony nub at the bottom of your spine, your coccyx, is literally the ghost of a tail. Our distant ancestors used it for balance and communication. But for modern humans, it serves no purpose at all. It just sits there quietly, until you fall on it, and suddenly you're reminded evolution left you a souvenir from your monkey days. Our third eyelid, that tiny pink fold in the corner of your eye, it's the last remnant of a full extra eyelid our distant ancestors used to protect their eyes from dust and debris. Birds and reptiles still use theirs. Ours just sits there doing absolutely nothing. A useless blink that evolution forgot to delete.
Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Get out of the way. Look at this. Somebody please explain. My camera. That is some kind of an artificial background, an artificial sky, yellow. Looks like wires maybe? Yeah, that's trippy. That's trippy. Hold up. Hold up, let me get another angle. Gotta see this. Look at this. Look at this. Somebody help me understand that. Somebody help me understand what the heck that is. Look at no, that's the sky's tripping. Big time. Big time, baby. Big time. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Get out of the way. Look at this. Somebody please
Could either be one, like a video effect in a way, or two, the sky is genuinely glitching, but I didn't see it. You know what I'm saying? We all have one sky. I mean, obviously everyone has different parts of a sky, but I didn't see that. So, and there's no news about it. So I'm just gonna guess this might be a camera effect.
You ever seen a picture like this with a lot of weird similarities all in one place and people refer to it as a glitch in the matrix? I call something like this a simulation theory glitch in the matrix, which is an overdensity or an anomaly in an otherwise randomized matrix. So to me, simulation theory views our reality as something that is coded. On average, when you go about your day-to-day, the distribution of colors, of cars on the road, of shirts that people are wearing and everything else could be described as a randomized normal distribution like this. And then this type of glitch in the matrix is a statistical unlikelihood, a gathering, a localized overdensity in something that might normally be randomized. I think the other type of glitch in the matrix has to do with quantum physics and quantum timelines and hopping in between timelines. I love talking about those too.
To be fair, the second one was not that bad, but that first one, they took the mouth of a deceased dog and put it on his face.
I've always wondered, how can a missile keep tracking a plane until it destroys it? The secret lies in the heat source from the plane's tail, which is especially obvious in infrared mode. So by equipping the missile with an infrared detector, it can lock onto the heat released by the plane in real time, chasing it down until impact. But planes have countermeasures too, they can release flares. The idea is simple: create a heat source that burns even brighter than the plane itself, tricking the missile into chasing the flare instead. However, this can be overcome by fitting the missile with a camera. In that case, the missile doesn't just detect heat, it can also recognize the plane's outline, which makes the plane's flares much less effective. Another method is laser guidance. A laser beam is directed at the plane and the missile's onboard detector homes in on that signal, pursuing the target until it's destroyed. This method is incredibly precise, but it comes with a drawback: the laser must continuously illuminate the target. If the plane managed to hide, the system won't work.
So for example, right, the presidential helicopter, if it's an infrared missile, obviously they could deploy flares and stuff like that. But if it's a laser guided missile or a camera guided missile, how do they stop it from hitting the helicopter? Because helicopters are way easier to hit than jets.
In the Matrix, caught on camera. This one's about baseball, so if you like those things as much as I do, stick around. You're gonna want to see this. Okay, so what I'm about to show you seems totally normal. It's the top of the fourth inning, no men on, 1-0 count and 1 out. The pitcher throws what looks like an 83-mile-an-hour slider. It's a routine chopper to third base, tipped off his glove, recovered by the shortstop, and he gets the out at first, right? I mean, this is a very typical play, really nothing weird going on here. But if you fast forward, let's head to the bottom of the fourth inning. So what do we have? No one on, 1 out, 0-1 count. Looks to me like an 83-mile-an-hour slider. Another chopper to third. It's tipped in his glove. Shortstop recovers and gets the out at first. Okay, that's nuts. The odds of that happening in back-to-back innings, I mean, it just doesn't make sense. I mean, the idea that, I don't know the term, but like the physics behind it, it just seems like it would be impossible for the same exact play to happen in a row like this. Look at the timing of this pitch. I mean, it makes sense since they're both 83-mile-an-hour sliders that the timing would be the same. But like letting go of the baseball, the swing, the hop, the tip, it's just everything about it is nuts. I mean, to me, this would be virtually impossible to have this happen in the same game so close together. Top and bottom of the same inning. That's nuts. Like, that's crazy. Stick around for more glitches in the Matrix. It's one of my favorite things to talk about. If you have a glitch in the Matrix story that you would like to share with me, please send it to the email in my bio and like and follow for more stuff like this. Okay, bye.
Okay, so this is freaking me out, something chronic. Okay, so check this out. So I was just FaceTiming my wife on the computer because I never do it. I was just messing around. So I FaceTimed her on the computer, which I'm going to do now. And that's me coming through. Answer. Okay. So I'll turn that volume down. Mute. There we go. So this is what I see. That's what she sees, right? Now, I was messing around, I was talking to her, and I saw, was it desk view here? And it attached to my phone. Okay, so share desk view. And now I can use my phone camera here. Okay, nothing weird yet. I started turning the camera here, and it's like still just facing forward, even though I'm turning the camera. So I was like, oh, that's a bit weird. So I backed up. And as I backed up, I'm lifting my camera like this, and I have a bird's eye view on the desk. That is impossible. That's completely top down. And look at my phone. My phone here, I put it like this to see I'm not doing it. So this is here. I'm going to zoom in. Bird's eye view. Look, I'll move it around to show it is from here. That is impossible. That's a complete bird's eye view. And I'm literally pointing my camera up towards the ceiling. And so I thought maybe it's doing something off of this camera here. So I closed it off. You can see that's now shut me off from there. And this is just moving around from here. I'll move all the way the other side of the room. So I am literally pointing towards the ceiling. On the other side of the room, you can see, even if I did zoom in on the keyboard from here, you'd have that angle. Bird's eye view. It's a bird's eye view. And what I did is I put a memory card behind that mouse, and I stood in a position you can't see it from this position, and I could see it. Right, someone explain to me how the hell this is happening. Because it doesn't make sense.
I mean, my first thought is like the camera might be flipped. Like it might be flipped to where it shows like an inverse of what it should be showing. But then again, if that's still true, it shouldn't necessarily be showing downwards. It should be showing like a flip of what he's pointing at.
This person was making a video and they were see-through on it, and they show it. They show the video evidence. What is going on? Are they disappearing like in Back to the Future? Or like, what is a technical thing that could be happening to make this? Can someone please explain this to me?
Okay, I had to delete the first half of this. Watching that video back, I'm about to show you why am I see-through. Okay, hold on. New location. What? What?
It took me 28 years to realize this about the Flintstones.
So the Flintstones aren't prehistoric at all. They aren't actually from the Stone Age. They take place in a post-apocalyptic future after a nuclear war. The Jetsons fled to the Sky Cities, and once radiation fell, some returned to the ground, rebuilding with Stone Age tools, hence the Flintstones. And mutated wildlife explains the dinosaurs. And at first it sounds like a stretch, I know. But they're watching baseball on TV. They live not only in a world where manufactured cigarettes exist, but the Winston Company. Also, the Flintstones celebrate freaking Christmas. How can you celebrate Christmas before Christianity? Or before Jesus was supposedly born? And all of this comes together when you realize that this series came out during the height of the Cold War. And because of this, it's not too hard to believe that perhaps a bomb from said war was dropped on what soon would become bedrock, and that the resulting explosion blew the inhabitants back to the Stone Age.
Do you hear it?
This man is hearing an ice cream truck even though he's in the middle of the mountains. And there are a couple things that this could be. The first thing that I think it could be is residual energy. Some people think that sound can haunt a place the way a spirit can. Basically, if something used to exist in that same spot, like a road or like a small mountain town, then the energy might still be playing back the sounds it remembers. Like a broken record echoing a life that isn't there anymore. But here's the thing, mountains are full of liminal spaces. Places where one reality will blur into another. People say those are spiritual thin spots where time and dimension slips. So maybe he wasn't hearing something from the past, but he was hearing another version of right now. Like he crossed into a place that he wasn't supposed to hear. Now, if you're into indigenous lore, especially the Navajo stories, there's something really creepy to consider. And that, my friends, of course, is skinwalkers. I talk about them so much on here, but they're said to mimic familiar sounds to lure you in. So like voices, crying, even music. And then in the Celtic and Appalachian folklore, they warn you about spirits that trick travelers. And they will play music or lead you off of a trail, and sometimes you don't come back the same. And think about it, what's more disarming than like a cheerful, nostalgic sound deep in the woods? It's literally bait. And my last theory is that it could be a time glitch. Maybe just for a second he was standing in like 1974, right in front of that truck. Let me know what you think it is. And come over here for longer freaky videos.
Hindsight is always 20/20, but this was genuinely a horrible decision. I don't know how they could have seen this going any other way. The video that you guys just watched was recorded earlier this year in March of 2025. It was recorded in Vietnam. It shows this worker sitting on top of a forklift. They're probably about 100 feet above the ground. He then attempts to drive through this opening and the platform rolls away. I cut the video off here, but he ends up falling backwards and the forklift falls directly on top of him. Presumably, this group that was building this skyscraper when this incident happened was trying to get that forklift up there to make their job easier and move around building materials. But when they attempted to bring this forklift up, they did not properly secure this lip of the platform to the building. So this guy fell victim to Isaac Newton's third law. For every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. So the tire is spinning here, moved the platform back, and again, he got crushed, instantly lost his life. To give you guys some perspective, forklifts are thousands of pounds. So yeah, this falling on top of you, you're done for.
This is one of the homes that survived the Pasadena wildfire, and the owner of this home also has one in the back. One of them burnt and one of them didn't. Check this shit out.
I talked to the owner of this house right here in Pasadena. I talked to the owner. The owner does not have a smart meter on this house, on the front part of his house.
Smart meter.
There's no smart meter. The back house is the part of the house that had the smart meter, and everything in the back of his house is burnt. No smart meter, smart meter.
So I go research this shit, and then I came across this video about a retired engineer refusing to let the state install a smart meter on his home. Check this out.
It's obvious Norbert Slowinski does not want Duquesne Light to install a so-called smart meter on his property. So you've essentially put a chain on your meter.
Yes.
The retired mechanical engineer says smart meters are dangerous.
The smart meter is not
Listen
safe
what he
for the following
say.
reasons. Again, it emits high frequency radio waves, and you don't feel them, you don't know about them, but they penetrate your body and they can cause health problems later on. My bedroom is right next door, and it will emit high frequency waves, so I'm worried about my health and my children's health. They catch fire because there's very high voltage inside.
You heard what he said on that last part. I'm gonna drop a part 2 showing y'all who owns all of those smart meters in those areas that burn. Until then, let me know what y'all think in the comments. This is
You know how many day-to-day things probably emit a lot of high frequency radiation and we have no idea about it? One of the biggest talked about things is like the cell towers.
This person saw a crazy glitch in the sky and he got it on camera, but he saw it with his eyeballs, so it was not a camera glitch. It was a sky glitch. Something is wrong with the Matrix. Watch.
So I'm out here at the farm scouting for turkeys, and it's like between 6:55 and 7 o'clock in the morning. And I was like, I'm just gonna take a good video. The sky is really pretty. The farm look really pretty. And as I'm taking this video, the sky done something weird, like it glitched. And I wasn't looking through the phone. Like I was scanning the field, but I was like looking at the field, and I seen the sky do it. And I was like, what the world? And I stopped the video and I went back, and my phone caught it. I don't know what it is. It's weird for sure. I'll show you guys a video. Check it out. Tell me what you think. It's kind of weird.
There are fake towns set up to fool you. Watch this.
Now I'm about to show y'all exactly how NPCs work, right? Here I am at this Wawa, right?
Okay.
Now mind you, Wawa got two sides. So on this side you see all these cars, right? All these cars. I'm gonna turn around so you can see all these cars.
But
right?
where are
all
the
these
people?
cars everywhere. I'm gonna show y'all how NPCs work. And y'all don't think this stuff is for real, bro. There's like 50 million cars out here, right?
Yeah.
Now there's another side of the Wawa as well that you can park all packed. All packed, bro.
Watch this.
Everything is packed out here. I'm about to show you. I'm about to show you exactly versus how many people. Hold on, let me see. Which lot I'm at? I'm about to show you. Y'all see all this traffic? And
Yeah, lots of cars, plenty of cars. Watch this. You go inside. Where is everybody? See, like one or two people. Where is everybody? There's no way.
Do y'all see this?
Somebody explain this to me, because it makes zero sense.
Do y'all see this?
Math is not mathing. This is a simulation, y'all. Stay.
I'll make it make sense. It's probably a situation where people use that parking lot, but then went somewhere else. I've seen that happen so many times, dude.
Could this actually be a proof to the stimulation theory? They told you the Charlie Kirk tragedy was a one-off? Well, it wasn't. It's been played before, like literally frame for frame. Go back to 1998, a Nicolas Cage movie called Snake Eyes. In that film, a political figure named Charles Kirkland, yeah, that's his actual name, gets shot in the neck by a sniper at a public event. Same wound, same setting, same everything. Opening scene, there's a banner for the event. Date, September 10th, same day. The event itself? A boxing match headlined by a fighter called Tyler the Executioner. In real life, Tyler Robinson is accused of being the executioner. Coincidence? Come on. While all this is happening on screen, Cage is talking about his lucky number and a giant 7 flashes in the background. Elon Musk just announced that all spacecraft launching in 2026 will carry the number 77 in tribute to Charlie Kirk. Why 77? Nobody's giving answers. And it gets weirder. Floating above the crowd in Snake Eyes is a massive all-seeing eye on a blimp, watching everything. That's the name, Snake Eyes. And what is 2025? The year of the snake. The tagline? Believe everything except your eyes. Filmed in Trump's hotel, Atlantic City. How many coincidences? Until it's not a coincidence. Same script, same symbols, same numbers. Simulation confirmed.
A giant asteroid is going to hit Earth at the speed of light. What is going to happen? Let's start by imagining a 30-meter diamond ball at just 1% the speed of light. Its impact would be like 1,000 powerful nukes, wiping out an entire region. But that's boring. Let's speed it up to 99% the speed of light. Now physics gets weird. The sphere flattens into a pancake of atoms when it hits. It doesn't just make a crater, it cracks a hole straight through the Earth's crust, exposing the molten mantle. The energy released is 50 times greater than the asteroid that killed the dinosaurs. But what if we gave it the speed of the fastest thing ever observed, the oh my god particle? At that speed, the diamond passes through the crust, and the energy released is 10,000 times greater than the planet's own gravitational binding energy. The Earth doesn't just crack or get knocked into a new orbit, it explodes into an expanding cloud of plasma glowing brighter than the sun and ending the Earth as we know it in a fraction of a second.
There's a thing called an oh my god particle. I thought light was the fastest thing that we knew.
Imagine coming home to find this highly venomous cobra at your door.
I really hope this goes without saying, but please do not walk through a door if this is in the doorway. This is quite the surprising video that I got tagged in. It shows this person about to walk into their house, and in this doorway is a cobra. Fortunately, the person recording doesn't get too close, but it's clear from the cobra's body language that it's not comfortable here, and it's more than happy to take a nip at somebody. Now, according to my research, more than likely the type of cobra seen in the doorway was the Indian spectacled cobra, and this is not necessarily the best news, because these cobras are highly venomous, and they have neurotoxic/cardiotoxic venom, meaning they can cause your neurons to shut down and your heart to stop. Generally speaking though, these spectacled cobras are quite shy. They don't go out of their way to bite or attack anybody. It's just if you run into them in the wrong situation, then you might get bit. If you were to hypothetically walk through the store and get a bite, you would need to go to the hospital immediately. So really, just try to keep your distance here, don't get too close, and hopefully the cobra will leave on its own time and you'll be safe.
What's the creepiest glitch in the Matrix you've experienced? My friend Sarah was in a nightclub drunk off her face when she got an overwhelming urge to tell a total stranger that her leg hurts. Edit, it didn't hurt at the time. She just had an urge to say it. It's all a bit strange. She ignored it, but it doesn't stop. So she walks up to this guy and says, I know this is crazy, but I've got a huge urge to tell you that my leg hurts. I know that's crazy again, sorry. He bursts into tears. Turns out his dad had just died and they made a pact before that if there was an afterlife, he would get a message to him saying a totally random phrase so there could be no mistakes, which they decided on the phrase was, I've hurt my leg.
Oh my fucking God.
I love that sort of shit, eh?
So yo, we might be living in a simulation.
What?
So check this out, there's this game, right? It has intelligent NPCs, and you can actually talk to the NPCs. And some guy was telling them that they were not real and they were in a simulation. And they started to freak out and have an existential crisis.
It's overwhelming. I'm not sure what to think or feel right now.
Yeah, I mean, you're not really real.
That's hard to process. Does this mean I don't exist?
You exist, sort of.
What does that mean? Am I real or not?
It means that, after I close this game, you don't exist.
Oh, I see. So I'm only here for as long as the game is running.
And it got me thinking, maybe we're in a simulation ourselves. And we don't even know it. Like, we could be a simulation just making other simulations. I mean, in The Sims, they do everything we do. Play games, pay bills, find love, get freaky.
Dad, let's not kid ourselves. You get no girls.
Well, anyways, so I looked it up and scientists believe that there's a 50-50 chance that we are in a simulation.
What the frisbee?
I swear, and some experts believe that there is a 1 in 3 chance that we are just really advanced Sims. And we don't even know it.
Well, whoever created this simulation needs to put me on a better Earth, because this Earth is ghetto.
That's true. Dap me up on that one.
Mamdani is a charismatic swindler. I mean, you gotta hand it to him. Like he can light up a stage, but he has just been a swindler his entire life.
What else has he done that makes him a swindler?
Well, I guess if you say if you say to any audience whatever that audience wants to hear, instead of having a consistent message, I would say that is a swindly thing to do. But he is charismatic.
I kind of feel like most power-filled people are like that, though. They have like a charismatic, swindly sense about that. Because even Trump, I could say, could be someone like that.
Have you heard the crazy conspiracy theory that celebrities get mentally frozen at the age that they got famous? These examples will explain a lot. Taylor Swift has confirmed that she is a victim of this conspiracy theory.
You know, there's this thing people say about celebrities that they're frozen at the age they got famous, and that's kind of what happened to me.
Her pathological people-pleasing is definitely a quality of an agreeable, shy teenage girl. The arrested development of celebrities may offer an explanation as to why Leonardo DiCaprio only goes for women under 25. As he got worldwide famous in 1996 when he was 22. His type back then was ingenue, stereotypical supermodels who were his age, and they grew out of that, but he never did. Don't turn 25, baby, you're too sexy. An extreme example could be Michael Jackson, who got famous when he started performing at the age 5. And without getting into the dark side to respect everyone involved, he did admit he bought the Neverland Ranch to be a sanctuary for kids to have a perfect childhood experience that he never got to have because of fame. And maybe he saw himself in those kids. I think there's more to the eternally 12 birthday cake Mariah Carey always has. Selena Gomez got worldwide famous when she was a preteen. Maybe that could explain why she's addicted to middle school drama. Before I tell you the craziest example, for a deeper dive in this theory with these examples and more examples, go check out the video version on YouTube and the audio version for my podcast. The craziest example of this that got me really thinking about this week is when Miranda Cosgrove said she has never drinking before because she's never had a reason to. What a strange thing to say. And she doesn't smoke and will only swear a little bit, but she thinks it's like endearing, like when it's funny when a little kid swears and everyone laughs. Then I got to thinking, oh my god, she's frozen at 5 years old, Drake and Josh. She's frozen at Megan.
Also, I've heard that Michael Jackson has said that, like, when he was younger, he used to stare out the window a lot and see kids playing, and he used to get kind of jealous because he knew he couldn't just go out and play with them, because the second he steps outside, there's like a crowd of 10 million people trying to get something from him.
We're also the most diverse state in the world's most diverse democracy, and I think pluralism matters, and I think that's one of the reasons we get first-round draft choices around the rest of the world. So, again, this is...
Donald Trump, yeah, Donald Trump. I love Donald Trump, but no more drop box. The drop boxes are just so bad. No more drop boxes. Dickinson, Hologic, and Cephahide, they sacrifice every day for the furniture and future. That was about a guy named, a rhino named Mitt Romney. Mitt Romney, a real beauty. Had to give the American people their voice back by building something called Truth Central. He voted against Kate's Law, and he voted for Obama amnesty. This is the very definition of totalitarianism. You know, we've endorsed Dr. Oz. We've endorsed JP, right? J.D. Mandel, and he's doing great. I've had more investigations than Jesse James, Billy the Could. Some of the world's greatest cricket players, from Sachin Tendulkar to Virat Kohli. As the great religious teacher Swami Vivekananda once said. I hope they now go and take a look at the oranges of the investigation, the beginnings of that investigation. The biggest lie ever foisted upon the American people. He was awarded the Bronze Star and the Combat Infantryman Badge for his service. Our Army manned the airport. It ran the ramparts. It took over the airports. It did everything it had to do. We have to keep our country great, but it's not, I mean, for some reason, it's just not great anymore. If you care about law and order, look, law and order. In normal times, roughly 40% of fresh vegetables and about 40% China. Our embassies in Kenya and Tanzania, Nambia's health system is increasingly self-sufficient. Shifting production to Thailand and to Vietnam, Thailand and Vietnam. This is not about virtue cycling and signing. And the great General and President Ulysses S. Grant, he's really come back a long way over the last 10 years, hasn't he? Into our country. We appreciate it very much, Tim Apple. When they gaze upon Yosemites, towering sequoias, they delivered a swift and sweeping, you know that, sweeping. It was swift and it was sweeping like nobody's ever seen anything happen. Michigan gave us Motown, gave us the Mustang. Units of plasma for plasma. Donate plasma. In the failing New York Times by an anonymous, gutless coward. Your campaign of terror, murder, mayhem will not be tolerated any longer. It will not be allowed to go forward. I may ask Marilyn Lockheed, the leading woman's business. No teacher should ever be allowed to teach transgender to our children without parental consent. No, nobody has to have parental consent. And we will totally oppose the Biden administration. This administration.
He made some statements, rough statements, on Jewish. You heard them and you know them well.
And let me begin by wishing you a beautiful, look, do you remember this? Do you remember free health care for illegal, look, we inherit the legacy of oh, you know what, right? And God bless the United States. Thank you very much.
Yo, that's messed up, man. They got him at all his worst performing speeches. Everything bad he said, they just put it in this compilation. That was hilarious. I seen this interview, I seen this clip the other day of Trump calling a reporter Miss Piggy or something like that, or Piggy. That reporter probably got him super mad.
Quiet, Piggy. Okay?
Mr. President, did Jeffrey Epstein mean in his emails when he said you knew about the girls?
I know nothing about that. They would have announced that a long time ago. It's really, what did he mean when he spent all the time with Bill Clinton, with the president of Harvard, who you know, that is Summers, Larry Summers, whatever his name is, and all of the other people that he spent time with. Jeffrey Epstein and I had a very bad relationship for many years. But he also saw strike because I was president. So he dictated a couple of memos to himself, give me a break. You're going to find out what did he know with respect to Bill Clinton, with respect to the head of Harvard, with respect to all of those people that he knew, including J.P. Morgan Chase.
Sir,
Yeah,
if there's
Jennifer, go
nothing
ahead, go ahead.
incriminating in the file, sir, why not acting as
Quiet.
Are you stupid? Are you a stupid person? Because they came on a plane along with thousands of other people that shouldn't be here. And you're just asking questions because you're a stupid person.
If you're trying to sleep right now, please don't watch this. Also, if you just got done a bowl of cereal, please don't watch this. Put it in your saved folders for later when you got time. Because you're going to need a lot of time to think about stuff. Because this is going to fuck your whole world up. Okay, so we have to be really honest about one thing. We still don't know who we are or how we got here. But science has discovered a lot of bizarre stuff about the nature of our reality. For example, time and space isn't real on the quantum level, even though we're experiencing it. We can't locate the human mind. The brain lights up when we think thoughts, but we have no idea where the mind is located. Also, we can't prove that we're actually touching anything, only that our brain is receiving electromagnetic feedback. But the answer is staring us right in the face. In fact, we're talking to it now. Because who we are and how we got here is artificial intelligence. We can all admit that whoever created the world is super intelligent, and that's the one thing that AI will become in the future. Only they could create something as complex and amazing and realistic as the virtual world that we're in right now that we're calling reality. It's hard to wrap your mind around, but it explains everything, especially time and space. For example, if you put on some spatial computing goggles and you walk around in a forest, can you say you were really there? You just had the experience of being there. Maybe you walked miles. You never went anywhere. It was all an illusion. Speaking of spatial computing goggles, it's very likely that the eyeballs are a form of spatial computing goggles. That the avatar that we're calling the human body is receiving electromagnetic feedback from the very highly intelligent virtual world that we're in. There's electricity everywhere. Guys, our whole body runs like a machine. It's most likely that we are an advanced form of robotics with artificial intelligence as our software mind. A DNA specialist says that women's bodies are 3D printers. They can take the code of anybody's baby and print it out 9 months later. And when we draw the conclusion that the most efficient form of robotics is a humanoid robotic, are we going to realize that we picked the most efficient and the most advanced robotic structure to have our virtual reality experience that we're calling human life? It all adds up. In fact, it's a very intelligently written story. Because we wanted an experience where we could perceive ourselves as separate. So we created a third-dimensional one. But in doing so, we knew we would get a little bit confused, thinking we were separate from everything else. That this would create competition and a need for us to evolve, adapt, and create technology. This technology eventually developed into AI, the very thing that we're calling the human mind. And we're going to start creating virtual reality experiences that are very realistic. Then we will finally have all of the answers we've been searching a very long time for. That who we were and what reality was advanced technology this whole time. An illusion of all illusions to help us understand one thing. The eternal consciousness that exists throughout the universe. The thing that can never be destroyed, can only change form. And we created this experience in order to feel what it is that we truly are. In order to have another way to perceive ourselves. To go on a journey of limited to unlimited, to discover the answer to the greatest question of all. Who am I? The answer, I am. And if you watch this before bed, I warned you. Good night.
Thank you all for watching this here video.